To talk about this like double boundaried thing, the body types, right? Eights, nines, and ones are the body is where boundaries come from. Like literally, here is the physical. This is where I am. I am not over there. This is my boundary, right? This the physicality is where boundaries begin. And each one of the types in the body center, eights, nines, and ones, have some boundary issues, we'll say. That's the nice way of putting it. The way that I talk about it, and this comes from other teachers as well. Russ Hudson has talked a lot about this double boundaried piece with the nines. But essentially, for eights don't want anything to come in. They're fine with their stuff going out, but they don't want to be affected by things coming in, right? People, emotions, feelings, right? I don't want to be affected by the outside world. But I'll give you my stuff all day long, right? Ones on the reverse, they'll take whatever you got, but they're afraid of letting what is inside come out, right? So they're more internally boundaried. They don't want what's inside to go out and affect other people, right? And so that's why they're very rigid. They're very controlling of what they allow out of themselves into the world. Nines, being in the middle, get both. So nines are what we call double boundaried, meaning they don't want anything from the outside to come in, and they don't want anything from the inside to go out. So they're trying to kind of, in essence, they're trying to forget they even exist. They don't want to affect others and they don't want to be affected by others. When we talk about nines having like low energy, right, not having a lot of capacity to live the life that they want, etc., it's because they're maintaining both of these energetic boundaries. But this energetic boundary is like, I don't want anything to come in and to ruffle my feathers, right? I don't want anything to rock the boat. So anything that comes in, I'm just going to ignore it. Just going to pretend like it's not there. And I don't want anything from inside of me to go out and rock the outside boat. I don't want anything from in here, the way I feel, the way I think, what I want, what I'm hungry for dinner. None of that is allowed to come out and rock the boat. So nines are holding these two boundaries in order to maintain this illusion of being peaceful. And so that anger can kind of either bust through some of those boundaries or it can push back, depending on, nines have different experiences of this. I think a lot of nines in small ways have those kind of blowback situations where the anger is really aimed inward. And sometimes nines have big explosions where the anger is aimed outward. But getting in touch with their anger is how they can learn to like hold a reasonable boundary that allows them to be affected by others without being overwhelmed by them and allows themselves to share what they have to offer without becoming completely enmeshed. And so I think the double boundaried language and that concept is really, really helpful for nines because it so accurately represents what's happening, on the inside for people.